Hey everybody, I'm here today to talk to you about grass growing between interlocking stones. I'll specifically be showing you how to get rid of it, and not only how to get rid of it right now, but how to get rid of it and prevent it from growing back again. And this is an ongoing thing. It's a huge problem when you put interlocking down. Even if you do all the right things, eventually you're likely to have some grass growing between it. So basically what you want to do is you want to start off by removing the grass. Now, some people will use a power washer or a pressure washer to do that, and you can do that, but to be honest with you, the easiest way is, and just, literally just remove it. Just pull it out. Put in some elbow grease, just pull it out, okay? And don't throw it on the interlocking elsewhere like I'm doing. You want to really throw it, far away. And make sure that you get the roots out too. So you really want to pull out as much of it as you can. Okay, very simple. And you want to go and do the entire interlocking area. Any little greenery or piece of grass that's growing out, you want to pull them out. Okay, so what you're going to be left with is a rather dirty area, but with clean areas between the interlocking stones. As you can see right here, there is a significant gap right there. So I've created the gap. Okay, what we're going to do next is we're going to either use a broom to sort of brush everything off, okay, the entire area, or you want to use a leaf blower just to clean everything off. And what you should be left with are quite a few significant gaps like this, significant holes between the interlocking, and then a lot of just small little indents, okay? Because if there wasn't grass growing there from the beginning, then that means it's probably okay, but you're still gonna have a little indent, okay? So now you've removed the grass, but we wanna prevent it from growing back. So what you need now is some polymeric sand. As you see right here, this is some polymeric sand. Now, I'm not going to put the bag down because I've already opened it. But essentially what this is this is sand that goes between the interlocking stones and between the pavers, that goes on as a sand, but then when you allow it to cure, it ends up hardening, okay, which prevents any more grass from growing. I think you're going to see a chipmunk that just ran by over there. I don't know if you caught it, but there's a chipmunk just running through the backyard. Anyways, just a cool little thing. But so what you're going to do is you're going to take that polymeric sand and you're going to sweep it over the entire interlocking area. So sweep it and make sure as much of it as possible gets inside of the holes and the gaps, because whatever gets left on the surface is going to be wasted. So you want to really try and get pretty much all of it, for the most part, in the holes and the gaps. You want to sweep it in the holes and the gaps. Make sure you're wearing a dust mask or a respirator when you do this, because it's going to end up getting in the air. I know you're outside, but it's better to be safe than sorry. So just wear your own personal protection for your lungs. Definitely a dust mask or a respirator. So once you've swept it into all of the holes, you want to get a hose and you want to get a spray nozzle that allows for a mist function, and you want to mist it. So you want to just mist over the entire thing, okay? Allow it to dry. Like, it'll say the instructions on the bag, but for the most part, you're going to allow it to dry just for a little short amount of time. Sometimes it might be 5 minutes, 2 minutes, 10 minutes. You want to read the instructions on the bag, and then you want to mist it again, and then let it dry. Make sure it's not supposed to rain for a long time, okay? Check the bag for the instructions. But what's going to happen is that polymeric sand that is inside of all of the cracks and crevices and holes, basically between the interlocking stones, there's going to be polymeric sand, and the surface of that sand will be hardened because of the curing process that I just told you about. And that's going to prevent the grass from growing between the interlocking stones. Now, this will usually hold you off for a few years. In a few years, when you start noticing some grass growing again, you're going to have to redo the process. But, this, like I said, it might take you half a day to do the entire thing, depending on how big your interlocking area is. But once you've done it, you're good for a few years for the most part. I mean, some people get lucky and they end up being good for 5 or 10 years, but for the most part, you should get at least a few years out of this process. But that's it. That is me talking to you about grass growing between interlocking stones, and specifically how to remove that grass that's growing between the interlocking stones and how to prevent it from growing back. And that's it. If you like this video, please be sure to give it a thumbs up. Let me know what you think down below as a comment. And of course, be sure to subscribe for more great videos just like this one. And that's all I have for you today. Thanks for watching.